As we are learning the names of these victims, you know this pain that these families are going through. Is there anything you want to say to them based on your own harrowing experience?
Yeah, this is going to be a long process, and one of the important things, right now is to make sure that you surround yourself with the people that you love and people that you can trust, because there's a lot of disinformation out there. There's a lot of well-intended people that might not be intending the right things for you. So it's you take your time through this. This is going to be with you forever. You're going to be a grieving parent, a grieving brother or sister for the rest of your lives. Be hesitant about getting out in front of some of this, although it's important to when you're ready. But you need to take care of yourself, and your immediate family will still be out here ready to talk to you, ready to help, ready to offer advice when you're ready to come out.
Yeah. Let's talk about solutions in terms of legislation, because big legislation like an assault weapons ban, that tends to get the headlines, that tends to get the attention. But you've spent a lot of time working on other types of legislation, a red flag law that could help get guns away from people considered dangerous, another bill covering safe gun storage, another that focuses on reporting lost weapons. Is that the way to solve this sort of intractable problem bit by bit instead of doing sort of one big bill, do you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we're going to need the federal government to partner with the states. After Alex was murdered here in the state of Colorado, we passed 5 common sense gun prevention bills, including background checks, limiting high capacity magazines, something about domestic violence, making people pay for their background checks, that kind of stuff. Each year after that, we had to defend those and continue to defeat them. And the opposition against that has kind of shrunk, because the fear of that the Second Amendment people, that the Republicans talk about, that this is going to be the beginning of a slippery slope and everything's going to get taken away from you. The law-abiding gun owner knows that that's not true, but they buy into the fear. So you're going to see, in the days following, this event up in Boulder, gun sales are going to go through the roof, once again. But again, we can begin to talk on this. I mean, I knocked over 9,000 doors, told each one of those people, should I win, I am going to run an extreme risk protection order on day one. I did that. I worked with, our who is now the speaker, Alec Garnett, to get that passed. They were so outraged by that they went then and recalled me. And we were the first to defeat a recall here in the state of Colorado. And when I asked people, what do you want me to do now? They said, keep doing what you're doing, Tom, because that's what we want you to do when you're there.
So what's your advice then to lawmakers at the national level, some of them Democrats, who might be concerned about taking a stand on gun control because they are worried about their own political standing? You dealt with that locally.
Well, you're there to represent your community. Your community is speaking. 90% of Americans are in favor of a background check. Yet the last time we voted, we only got 56% of the senators to vote on it. And people are taking notice. Things are changing across this country. Okay. I mean, our lost and stolen here in the state of Colorado, 87% of Coloradans are in favor of it. Yet I heard from, Republican districts who their senators, said, oh, no, not in my district. No, sir, you're wrong. Your district, you're just not listening to them. And at some point, those that you're not listening to will turn into a passionate, driven father who's going to run against you, and we're going to come and take your seat because you're not listening to the people in your community.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.